I want to welcome Rabbi Akiva Pollack from Philadelphia, who leads our community organization, Rage Philadelphia. And it's such an honor having you. How are you?
I'm well, Rabbi Katzin. Thank you so much for having me on. This is very exciting. I've heard about your programs for so long. I've seen it. It's very exciting to be finally on.
I see your actually morning bite or whatever you call it. Yes. Every
I'm always a
morning as
morning.
well.
I'm always ready.
You're always ready. So tonight you are ready because I think the country is awake and we are actually very much watching your state. So we'd like to know really about the spiritual perspective, from your wonderful and in a way a swinging state. I believe that the American election will be decided by people of your state.
Yeah, well, it's been quite a ride over here in Pennsylvania. Ads, and I'm sure everybody's been hit with it. But I gotta say that I would say I get between texts and phone calls like 5 or 6 polls a day, asking who I'm voting for. And depending on my mood, I say the other candidate, each one. No, I'm just kidding. But it really is a swing state, a battleground state, and everybody's focused on it. What's going to be? It's 20 electoral votes, which is a lot. And we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, about 2 weeks ago, Biden was up by like 6 points over here, according to, Real Clear Politics and other polls. And now as of today, it was like within 1. So it really shows you, how everything can just jump from one thing to the next within literally, we say in Judaism, keheref ayin, like the blink of an eye. And politics is definitely like that. In the blink of an eye, things jump and go from one thing to the next. So it's really incredible and very exciting to be part of it here in Philadelphia.
It's amazing. So what is your spiritual perspective?
So my spiritual perspective is there's one thing that Judaism focuses on more than anything else. And it's been part of us since we became a nation. When we were slaves in Egypt, there is an idea that's brought over that as we came out of Egypt, we still had to have a certain amount of appreciation to the Egyptians who enslaved us, because at least we were in their country for many, many years. And this it blew me away that here you have a country and a nation that literally enslaved us, and not just slaves, they tortured us, they killed our babies, yet God says to us, oh, by the way, I want you to focus for a moment on the fact that they did house you for many, many years. And you have to have hakaras hatov. You have to have appreciation for that. And, when I learned that as a child, it really had a big impression on me. And I've tried to live my life with that perspective and really appreciate things that people do for you. And, I think there's this idea in this election is paramount. Because here you have a candidate, Donald Trump, who is, on the face of it, a very difficult personality to really appreciate his good side. He's a very tough talker, and he does things you see that you don't like. But on the other hand, we have to appreciate the things that he has done for us, the Jewish people specifically, and in many ways for the country as well. It's, just look at some of the things. And again, it's hard for me to really say about a person that personally, I don't like his character very much. But at the same time, what he's done for Israel, recognizing Jerusalem as the capital, freeing certain Jewish people by the name of specifically Rabashkin, looking at the economy, what he's worked so hard for the economy. It's really very important for us to say, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate what he's done for us. And whatever you want to say about politics and saying, well, this one's right and this one's right and that one's right. At the end of the day, we have to show our hakaras hatov. We have to show our appreciation. And I think that's why a lot of the big rabbis got up publicly and said, you should try to vote for Donald Trump. I think that's why they said it. Maybe personally they don't like the guy so well, and maybe the politics, they might not agree with a lot of his politics, but in the end of the day, we have to say thank you. It's not a secret that his son-in-law is Jewish. His daughter-in-law is Jewish. His daughter became Jewish. I think somewhere deep down, he does have a certain affinity for the Jewish people. And as much as people say that he's racist and anti-Semitic and whatever, I just don't see it on the ground. He's a tough talker. So maybe some of the things he says might be looked at as anti-Semitic or racist. But in the end of the day, the actions speak louder than the words. And what he's done for us as Jewish people, I think we have no choice but to say thank you to him. And, Pennsylvania is not a majorly Jewish place. Our community is not, about 100 religious families, a lot of Russian families. But I can tell you that our synagogue, every year, we always use it as a polling station. Right here. So today, the whole day was absolutely crazy. I mean, there were people coming in and out, and 6:30 in the morning, there was already lines and lines and lines around the block, everybody to come to synagogue. I was hoping they were coming to pray, but I don't think so. Maybe they were coming to vote. But there were lines and lines. So our synagogue is a polling station, and I was looking at these numbers. They leave all the numbers on the wall, on the door outside of the polling stations, and Trump won by 3-1 in our area, which is really fascinating to me because usually it's more of a Democratic area, and we are Philadelphia. Philadelphia usually goes very, very to the left, very, very liberal, and he won by a landslide in our area. Now this was, on the day, elections. So we don't know what this area did, mail-in votes and so on and so forth. But it tells you a lot what happened over here. And a lot of the Jews and a lot of the Russians specifically were very, very right-wing and very voting much for Trump. And I think a lot because of their appreciation, their what's called Hakara Satov for what he did.
So I wanted to ask you maybe as a summary question, because we don't want to really be political, Rabbi. We have different people, and we want to be inclusive. We want to accept everybody, especially it's already over. In other words, the elections are over, and it's a time of healing. So I wanted to ask you if you can, in the spirit of a moment, without preparation, find something good on the other side. And there are many students, young people, went to colleges. They come from totally different background. And how to include them in a dialogue and simply say, we value your opinion, we respect you, come and let's have a talk. Let's have an open discussion. Can you say something good about the other side?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's really what I was saying before as well, that, on both sides, whenever I have a conversation with anybody, I started off as follows. If you're going to look at me for my opinion because I'm wrong, then we can talk. But if you're going to look at me at my opinion because I'm evil, then I have nothing to say to you. So this is politics. Everybody in politics is not evil. I don't know anybody who's evil. There's nobody. Biden's not evil. Trump's not evil. Nobody's evil. Everybody has an opinion. They may be right. They may be wrong. And there are so many things that each side is right about. And there are many things that each side is wrong about. And there are many things that I disagree with one side and agree with the other. So there is no question that a lot of the things that are going on over here are very right and very good. I'm very, very into, masks wearing and being safe by Corona. Our synagogue is very, very careful with these things. And some of the people on the right don't agree with me so much, but that's one thing that's very, very powerful. So I'm very pro for both sides.
Excellent. Sorry? So in other words, we can find good and important points in both sides, and we do want to be kind to poor, care of the sick. And this is exactly what you do whole day. And we'll be read after this very, very tense election. All the best to you, Rabbi. Stay tuned, and we would like to have you more. I would.
Okay, we're breaking up a little, but thank you so much.
All the best.
Have a good one. Take care.
All the best to you. Thank you so much. By the way, last question. Any updates from Pennsylvania? Anything is happening, or we don't know yet?
The last I know, Trump was up a little bit, but you never know. It's back and forth.
And there are mails, people gonna mail, so it's not gonna be decided probably for a long time.
Till Friday. It's not going to be decided till Friday, the mail-in votes.
Wow. All the best to you all. Thank you so much. Bye bye.